Today on UI7 Newsbreak, UN Ambassador Nikki Haley resigns, marking the departure of one of a few high-profile women in the Trump administration.
Plus, the University of Illinois' controversial Chief Illini Wick may be gone for good. This year's homecoming parade is expected to carry on smoothly without the chief present after the mascot caused disruptions last year.
Then a look at this year's events leading up to homecoming weekend. Illini are preparing for a packed weekend on campus as alumni return for the annual event.
This is your UI7 Newsbreak.
Good afternoon, Illini. I'm Ori Benatar.
And I'm Emily Steinmetz. United Nations Ambassador Nikki Haley has abruptly resigned from her White House position. Haley's departure is raising questions of why now?
Haley's resignation comes as midterm elections are approaching, a move that some think is strange. Haley's departure is different than most due to the fact that she is leaving on good terms with President Trump, something others in the past were not able to do.
You've been fantastic, you're my friend, and I just, on behalf of the country, I want to thank you for a great job. Thank you, Nikki.
President Trump expressed his gratitude to Haley, saying that he hates to lose her. Haley spoke highly of her friendship with the president and announced that she will be supporting him in the 2020 election. Trump is hoping to name Haley's successor in the coming weeks. He is considering a short list of 5 candidates for the job and possibly his daughter Ivanka. When asked about the rumors regarding Ivanka as the new UN ambassador, Trump described the possibility as incredible and dynamite. The president said that the accusations of nepotism are why he would not choose his daughter for the position.
For the first time in at least 8 years, there will be no Chief Illini Wick impersonator present at the University of Illinois homecoming parade. Last year, the Chief Illini Wick's appearance cut off the route of the parade due to the Illinois student government protesters. Just last week, the board voted 98-1 against the chief, possibly bringing out a new atmosphere for this year's parade. The registered student organization that has been responsible for bringing the chief figure into the parade in previous years will still wear their chief shirts.
Homecoming week is underway for the Illini with plenty of events ranging from a barbecue to a carnival. An accomplished alumnus is returning to the campus to join in on the fun. Former NASA astronaut, U.S. Navy captain, and Top Gun stunt pilot Scott Altman will serve as the Grand Marshal for the homecoming parade. Altman got his degree from U of I in 1981, majoring in aerospace engineering. Altman said, "Being at Illinois made everything possible for me." The parade will be held this Friday, starting the homecoming weekend festivities.
The 5K homecoming race at the Alice Campbell Alumni Center in Urbana kicked off the 150th homecoming week Sunday morning for the nearly 400 people registered. At 9 a.m., participants made their way from Lincoln Avenue to Memorial Stadium and then back. The first place runner finished in nearly 20 minutes, with the second place runner only steps behind him. Runners and walkers alike were dressed in Illini gear and other costumes for the 3.2-mile race. One woman even was carrying an American flag. Chancellor Robert Jones later showed up to support the runners at the festivities after the race.
The homecoming kickoff continues. UI7's Isabella Perez tells us what happened when students, alumni, and faculty got together for a pancake breakfast.
This Sunday morning, people were asked to wear orange and blue for the kickoff of homecoming week. And even this fountain was dressed for the occasion. Some felt like this was a great way to show school spirit. Meet Ria, a grad student from India. These were her first impressions about the start of the celebrations.
I love the fact that they really put in a lot of effort to make sure everything hails orange and blue. Like the candies, to the pancakes, to the blueberries and everything. Like even the fruit collection was like orange and blue, themed on that, with the fountain at the back being dyed orange. Can't take my eyes off of you.
Every student, alumni, and faculty was invited to attend this event.
Try to get this line moving again, get people happy.
Despite the long lines for pancakes, the unique serving style of this young man made many smile.
How many pancakes would you like today?
This is a technique that has taken him a lot of practice.
The Alice Campbell Alumni Center is a place where current students and alumni have gathered for the start of this year's homecoming.
Joined by their families, some old students were excited to be back in campus.
Today's event, the dyeing of the fountain and the pancake breakfast, was excellent and a nice tradition to carry on.
Homecoming will be until next Sunday, October 14.
I'm looking forward to the rest of the homecoming week.
In Urbana, Isabela Perez, UI7 Newsbreak.
To cap off the week, Illini football will take on the Purdue Boilermakers, and of course, there'll be some tailgating. UI7 Chanel Newsom takes us inside the kitchen to learn how to ramp up your sideline snack game for the tailgate season.
The Illinois tradition surfaces around the homecoming football game as the Fighting Illini football fans set up their own tailgate inside Grange Grove. Before this weekend game kicks off, the instructional kitchen at the Activities and Recreation Center teaches Illini fans how to make the latest tailgate favorites. Meet Haley Williams, a cooking student and Illini football fan.
I don't make too many really complicated things. When I found out about the cooking class, I was really excited because these are things that I know how to make.
William talks about her recent cooking experience.
So right now I'm stirring up a sweet potato salad.
Dietitian Sarah Marshall give us insight about eating healthy.
So something we learned in nutrition very early on is that we want to eat the rainbow. So as you can see in our sweet potato salad, we have tons of colors in here. We got getting the rainbow in there. No salads.
So I was excited to learn the different new recipes.
Chickpea dip is amazing. It turned out really good.
In Champaign, I'm Chanel Newsom, UI7 Newsbreak.
A monstrous disaster is making its way towards the coast of Florida.
Hurricane Michael is expected to make landfall this afternoon, and the residents are preparing for destruction.
We'll have more after this break.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
I send him a text. He texts me back and say, "Who dis?"
The next few weeks, you just made fun of me. Would answer the door and say, "Who dis?"
Who dis?
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
Country road, sweet home, Illinois. Take me home. No, you're not alone.
I wanna go home.
You know it,
I wanna go home.
To the place where the skies are so close enough. I belong. We're gonna make this place yours.
The Florida Panhandle is bracing for what could be their strongest landfall storm in 13 years as Hurricane Michael approaches. The Category 4 hurricane is expected to bring life-threatening conditions to the northwestern coast of Florida. Michael is expected to make landfall on the Panhandle today as the most powerful hurricane to strike the United States so far this year. Members of the community are preparing for the dangerous storm surge, and local authorities are urging evacuations. Florida Governor Rick Scott warned residents of the total devastation that Hurricane Michael could bring. Scott says that the potential 12-foot storm surge is what makes Michael more dangerous than the other hurricanes Florida has dealt with in the past.
Florida hurricane season is right on track for the start of the fall season. Here in Champaign, the weather is getting cooler and the squirrels are starting to prepare their food for the winter. The autumn season brings many changes. UI7's Newsbreak's Megan Zhu tells us more about the changing colors of the leaves.
Walking around campus, you may notice the leaves begin to change colors. A rainstorm just brushed Japan House on Saturday morning, leaving raindrops blinking on flowers. The colorful berries grow on these trees will soon show unique fall beauty.
I see the islands.
Hey, dragonfly! Tavish and Siren is looking at creatures with their grandparents.
It's cool. This place is cool. We're walking around the place and it's fun exploring.
The younger hikers are curious about everything in the park, taking pictures along their way. They couldn't agree on what colors the leaves are.
Well, they look like red, blue, mostly yellow. Yeah, mostly yellow. No blue, not blue.
The hot summer has lingered a bit longer this year. The trees are mostly green now, but they are gradually transitioning into dazzling fall colors. It's October in Urbana-Champaign. The air gets crisp and the leaves start to fall. The autumn foliage is decorating the U campus with vibrant colors.
Somehow it's a little unnatural, but I enjoy being able to wear sandals in October.
It's finally nice and cool to walk your dog. Enjoy this weather before it gets too cold to chill outside. People hike through the crunch of leaves, breathing fresh air along the trail. The fall leaves will continue changing into spectacular colors as local wildlife getting ready for the winter session. In Urbana, I'm Megan Zhu, UI7 Newsbreak.
Despite it taking longer for fall temperatures to arrive this season. Joining us now is UI7's Christy Allen to tell us about unseasonably high temperatures and this season's pumpkin crop.
It may be less fun to find the perfect pumpkin while sweating, but the temperatures can influence the pumpkins too. I visited Curtis Orchard to find out if pumpkin carvers will be disappointed by the weather's impact on this year's pumpkin crop. Some patchgoers take finding the perfect pumpkin seriously, but still enjoy the process. Pumpkin carving enthusiast Jacob Cox travels from Los Angeles for the sentimental experience of pumpkin picking and carving with his family.
Just get more of the fall experience when you come out to the patch. It's easier and sometimes cheaper just to go to the store and just look at the ones they already have picked. But if I'm coming all the way here, I'd rather just get the full fall experience.
Each year, Cox has a pumpkin carving competition with his friends. Round, but not too round, a good size, and not rotten are the criteria he uses when searching for a pumpkin in the patch.
Yeah, that's kind of flat. I think my favorite fall memory is just always carving pumpkins with my friend. We just always get so competitive and so into it. And so it always starts with finding the right pumpkin, then we find the right stencil that we want to do online and then like challenge each other.
Whether you decide to come pick your own pumpkin or go for one of the pre-harvested pumpkins, there's a long growing process leading up to this point.
When you're hot and humid in early October, it's a perfect environment for diseases. I don't know how far they could run at this point.
At this point, it's wait and see. It's a good sign the crop is still setting and finishing in early October. Graham expects the crop to be in pretty good shape this year, thanks to the plants staying green and the weather staying warm.
It's very weird being here when it's 90 degrees. I live in LA normally, so I came to Illinois to visit my family, hoping that it would be nice fall weather, and did not expect to be sweating while getting a pumpkin.
The bountiful pumpkin harvest will meet all of your porch decorating, carving, and seed baking needs this season. In Champaign, Christy Allen, UI7 Newsbreak.
Thanks, Christy. This weekend should be the perfect fall weather for pumpkin picking once this rain blows over. After a few 80-degree October days, things are quickly cooling off. Friday temperatures continue to drop with a high of 52 and low of 35. Saturday's weather warms up just a tad bit with a high of 57 and low of 41. Sunday, we're mostly cloudy with a chance of showers with a high of 56 and a low of 38. This will be the coldest weekend Champaign has seen yet this fall. After this weekend, temperatures are expected to stay in the 50s and 60s for the remainder of the season.
For more of our stories, please follow us on Facebook.
Or you can see more of our stories on our YouTube page. That is all the time we have for this UI7 Newsbreak edition.
Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Stay dry, Champaign.